Hi, good evening and welcome to Cooking Uncovered. Tonight I'd love to share with you this recipe that I've been making for a lot of years, and this is kind of my go-to great recipe for a cold night, and it's a hamburger soup. But I've added a few things that have made it more than just a hamburger soup, because the minute you say hamburger, everybody goes, ew, grease, fat. Not so. So tonight this hamburger soup is going to have some tomato, carrots, some great aromatic flavors, and I'm going to add some things at the end that'll just make it nice and thick and luscious because it's raining outside here in North Vancouver, and this is a perfect night for a hamburger soup. So this is my tomato hamburger soup with a special twist. So I have here just seriously a tablespoon of oil because I've already pre-cooked my hamburger just a few minutes ago, because I want to show you this is about 350 grams of hamburger, and this is the other half. So I bought a package, it was $5, 750 grams, so half of that, and I'm going to save this for tomorrow night to make some meatballs. I guess tonight and tomorrow night we're going to have hamburger. So in my pot goes my hamburger that I've already degreased. Degreasing for a hamburger soup is really important because look at the grease. Do you see that? That's all the grease that I got off the hamburger, and that's really important. All right, so a little bit of oil to get started again. In that goes, to this I'm going to add my diced onion. So I've got here a medium-sized onion, diced, fairly small. In that goes, I also have 2 carrots, just diced whichever way you want. Now, if you want to learn how to use the mandolin, now, as you have guessed from my previous videos, my mandolin is probably my favorite kitchen tool. So I've done this slicing on the mandolin. So if you look up here, or up here as it would be, I'll post my link to my mandolin and how you use it. And it just makes everything so much easier. So in goes my carrot. So that's 2 carrots. I have here 3 cloves of garlic that I've already topped up. And honestly, if you want more garlic, if you love garlic, add more. And a little twist, here's half of a serrano pepper. And this is going to add not necessarily heat as in too hot, but it's going to add so much flavor to the soup. So that's going in at this time too. I also have some fresh rosemary. Now it ends up being, if I take it off the stem, it ends up being about 2 tablespoons. Now that's going to be amazing. So I'm going to actually just, you know what, just 1 tablespoon is enough, because I also want to add some dried thyme. So this is some dried thyme, about a tablespoon of dried thyme. And of course your dried thyme looks like that. It's kind of, I've dried it, so it's perfect, perfect. So we're going to stir that all together in my pot. And already, even though we've just started, the flavors of the garlic and the rosemary and the thyme are just so beautiful. Really, really nice. So I need to add, at this point, I want to add a little kick, just a little tiny kick. And I have here some smoked paprika. Now I'm going to add just a touch. You only need a little bit. And this is a beautiful ingredient. Smoked paprika. In that goes. And I want to add our salt and pepper now too. So here's some cracked pepper and some salt, because the tomatoes that I'm adding and the beef broth that I'm adding have no salt or no added salt in it. And that's what you want. So I'm going to turn this up a bit and get this going. Now while that's going, I want to show you this. We have some options tonight. So let me move this out of the way. So here I've got some quinoa brown rice pasta, or I have some barley, and I have some quinoa. So we have choices for the end of our soup, which is going to be delicious. Now this pasta that I bought at a big supplier in Vancouver, imported from Italy. It's made from quinoa, amaranth, and brown rice. And this is what it looks like in the package. And I'll have to tell you, it is a great product because it doesn't contain wheat, like not traditional wheat. And sometimes it's nice to stay away from the gluten. So it is gluten-free. All right, so what you're trying to do at this point is you're trying to saute until your onions are transparent, because you do want your onions cooked. I don't know if you've ever had a soup with raw onions. It tastes awful, so don't bother with that. Now, I am going to deglaze with some red wine. I'm going to add about a half a cup of red wine. Now, this is my cooking wine because it's old. But if I was to pair this dish, if I was to have my favorite glass of wine with this beautiful soup, I would definitely have the Chianti Classico, because this is an amazing wine, and I'll do a review on it later at another blog that I will also put on here. And this is an amazing wine, so that's a great wine to have with this. So that website for the wine pairings, if you're ever interested in checking out all these fabulous wines, is nataliemclean.com, and she has a whole website dedicated to wine pairings, and I'll put my review on that. So that's just a little tip, and I'll put her website up here or up here on my video for you to get. All right, so half a glass or half a cup of red wine. Let's just deglaze that. There we go. In goes your can of tomatoes, and this is 28-ounce can of tomatoes. In that goes. Stir that up. It just smells delicious. In goes my beef broth. So I'm going to add 4 cups of beef broth. Now we're going to cook that up. That's going to come to the boil. When it comes up to the boil, you want to add your choice of whichever of these. Do you want barley tonight? Do you want quinoa? Do you want quinoa and barley? Do you want pasta? I'm not sure, but let's get this cooking, and then we'll add our great barley or our maybe pasta, right? I'm not sure. Okay, my soup is ready. It's been 20 minutes. The quinoa is all cooked, and it's delicious. I'm going to turn it off, and I'll give you a little peek at what this looks like. This is a very thick soup. Now, of course, if you don't want a thick soup, then add more broth. That's all you have to do. So look at the quinoa in there. Isn't that beautiful? It is going to be absolutely delicious. Very hot. Now, what I'm getting is a little bit of a smoked paprika, just a touch, and all these delicious flavors, the garlic, the rosemary, the thyme, the wine. It's perfect for a cold winter's night. Actually, it's not winter, it's spring. It's supposed to be summer, but it's raining and it's chilly, and this is perfect for tonight. So thanks for watching me on Cooking Uncovered, and I hope you enjoyed this. Good night.